So Tony just left to take Barrett to the emergency room. I had called him home from work because last night I took Lainey in because her left ear, started leaking, and I took her in to find out that she had a blown eardrum, which they said that can happen from like ear infections that go untreated. The thing with that is she never had any symptoms of an ear infection. She never stopped moving like, you know, a mile a minute. She, you know, was her normal self. She never had a fever. I mean, I have 4 kids. Like, she's never had any of the side effects of an ear infection for like the last, I mean, several weeks. She hasn't had that. So, like, I know it sounds dumb, but I was wondering last night when they told me that, I'm like, is there any way? I didn't ask, and I should have asked, but I didn't think about it until after I left. I'm like, I wonder if there's any way that could have ruptured. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. I'm so nervous about Barrett. Like, anyway, so Friday night, she felt like she was dancing, and she fell, like, you'll notice probably that she has a black eye. She was dancing in the living room, like doing these spins, and she fell up against the bench and hit her eye on the corner, but she hit it so hard and then like literally fell back. Like, I wonder if that could have caused anything. I mean, I guess that sounds stupid, but for someone that just doesn't know, like, I really just don't know if that could have been it or not. So anyways, Barrett this morning, he's been so sick throughout the entire weekend, and this morning I was getting the boys ready for school, and he started to come out of his room, and he, like, I don't want to say collapsed because that would be like too dramatic, but he came out into the hallway and literally just laid on the floor and said he was too weak to move. And so I carried him into the movie room and tried to give him some water to like sip next to his sick bowl, and within like 10 minutes of drinking that, he just threw all of it up. And so I started panicking because there was no color in it at all, and I know that he had not been able to eat or keep anything down, even with like nausea medicine that I was giving him like over the counter. So I didn't want to be in the emergency room with her who has a blown eardrum. I mean, she's acting fine now. She has been acting fine, but she's the only one that hasn't been sick yet, and I just didn't want her up there with that issue going on, and then for her to end up start getting sick while we're there, and then trying to juggle both kids. So I called him home, and I was originally going to take him, and Tony was going to stay home with Barrett. We ended up switching, and I just stayed home with her instead. So let's go find out what she's doing.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Yeah, whoa. Whoa.
So we just did Lainey's eardrops.
So bad, whoa.
Yeah. She wanted to wear this dress. She has a pink one just like it. It's like out there. Oh, look, the dog's eating the basket. I just threw it out there because it's dirty. Dutch, don't eat that basket. Come here. What's in your mouth? Ugh. So this is what I got for the side of Lainey's ear that's clogged. They told me to get this. Like, if you look on the box, though, it says, like, for ages like 12 and up to use this. She's obviously only 2, but they still said to go ahead and do it. They didn't tell me to do less of a dosage for her, but I'm doing it anyway. So this says 5 to 10 drops. I've only been doing like 2, maybe 3 drops in just the one ear, and then I wait, you know, like 2 minutes, and then I try to suck it out. And then she's on amoxicillin and these things, which this is so expensive. If your insurance doesn't cover it, which ours almost didn't, I had to fight with the lady over it because she just wasn't looking something up right. But if without insurance, these are like $200, and even with insurance, it's still like $50 something. So
songs and trees play a symphony.
Okay, so this whole vlog is going to be kind of backwards line of events here, but I'm at the boys' school right now picking them up. It's like 3:30. They get out in like 5-ish minutes. So I thought I'd just really quickly run over what's gone on so far this weekend with you. First off, the last vlog you saw, I was going to put up another one the day after that one, but I decided not to because I was just so emotional in that vlog, and I just thought it was better that I didn't. But basically I was emotional because my phone died and I didn't charge it right away while the kids were at school. Instead, Lainey and Barrett and I went out and were playing outside. This was last Wednesday. We were outside playing, we came in, had lunch, and then I put my phone on the charger. The second I turned my phone on, it was already ringing, and I thought, this is strange. Well, I answered it and it was Tony. Tony was calling to tell me that the school had been trying to call me. Let me get comfortable. The school had been trying to call me for like almost 2 hours, and I didn't answer. So, I mean, worst parent of the year, I know. But I just didn't think to charge my phone. You know, like I was just playing with the kids, and I thought, oh, well, I have several hours where I have to pick the kids up. Not a big deal. Everyone was feeling fine. We hadn't had anybody sick. So basically I go to pick Layson up from school, and he just starts ragging on me in front of like all of the like school like attendance ladies and everybody that's in the front office. He just starts ragging on me and telling me that, where were you? You just left me here. You just left me, and just going on and on. So it was quite a miserable day for me, to say the very least. So I get him home. I guess he had been throwing up for those 2 hours, like on and off. So I get him home, and he goes up, and he doesn't even act like he's sick anymore. Well, that was on a Wednesday. I kept him home for both Thursday and Friday. One, because I didn't want him to get sick at school again. Like, I wasn't going to send him back on Thursday for sure, but Friday I didn't want to send him back just because I didn't want him to get sick again, for one. And B, like, I was already just truly embarrassed, and I just didn't want to send him. So I just kept him home. And then Friday, when Cruz got home from school, Cruz got sick. Well, it just kept going from there. Saturday, Tony woke up feeling totally fine. We had planned for my father-in-law to come over and help him like rebuild the kids' clubhouse in the backyard. They had started on that, and then an hour and a half in, Tony got so sick, like he was just like profusely sweating and then saying he was going to throw up. So he went upstairs to lay down, and then like within 20 minutes he started throwing up and couldn't stop. Fast forward to that night, Barrett started. So throughout that entire day, once Tony had started getting sick, I went into like speed clean mode, and I started cleaning everybody's everything. I started scrubbing the toilets in case anybody's going to be throwing up in toilets. I didn't want them to have like a nasty surrounding. I was trying to make everybody's sheets nice and fresh, and I was still trying to wipe down door handles and stuff to just try to like stop it before it spread anymore. If there's any chance that Lane and I, or Barrett before Barrett got sick, was going to be able to avoid it. That night, Barrett had started finally getting sick, and once he started throwing up, my stomach started to turn. So I went and I ran to Target to go get more water, because we were out of water, more like Tums and ibuprofen and Pepto-Bismol. I came home and I never threw up, but my whole body hurt so bad. Like the next Sunday morning when I woke up, this is the weirdest side effect I've ever had, but my chest hurt so bad. I felt like someone was playing Twister on me. That's so like crude to say it that way, but it, like, my chest hurts so bad. And I don't know if you know this or not, I have a tiny chest, so for it to hurt as bad as it did, it was just, I can't even describe the pain. Sunday, I eventually got sick once, and then Barrett was still super sick. Like, I mean, except for Gleason, all the kids were pretty much lethargic. Lainey didn't never get sick. So fast forward Sunday night, her ear, when she would lay down, started leaking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I wait until the next day, I wait until Monday, take her into the doctor. At her ear, she has a blown eardrum. Is that right? A blown eardrum? So I've never had any of my kids have this problem before, so I freaked out. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Well, we had to go get her these special drops in the other ear. So her left ear has the blown eardrum, and the right ear was completely clogged. She couldn't even see it. So she got put on amoxicillin, and then she got put on these special ear drops that are ridiculously expensive. I actually had to argue with Walgreens because the lady was trying to tell me that we didn't have, like, our insurance wouldn't cover it, and I knew better. But even with insurance covering it, it was still like $50 for these tiny little drops. So, like, it's ridiculously expensive. So let's fast forward a little bit more for the sake of the story. Yesterday, after I went and took Lainey to the doctor and I came back home, I dropped her off, I decided that I was going to go get Tony, Barrett, Cruz, and because Cruz stayed home. Cruz was still sick, so I kept him home Monday. I was going to go get all of us some sub sandwiches because we had not eaten since Saturday. Like, Tony didn't eat anything at all since Saturday morning, and I ate, like, the kids and I ate a late lunch Saturday afternoon. So none of us had eaten anything because we couldn't keep anything down. So I run to Subway. As I'm leaving Subway, I back Tony's car into one of those big yellow poles. I've never been in an accident my entire life. So I'm just frantic. I'm just crying, and like I messed up his car and I felt bad. But the thing is, I think I'm spoiled to this car, and I have my backup camera. I have all of these, like, every car has mirrors, I get it. But these, I just feel like I can see so much better in this car than in his car. And this makes sounds when I get close to anything, and I have become so spoiled to it. Come home frantic, and I run upstairs because Tony's laying in bed, and I'm like, I wrecked your car. He goes, are you serious? I'm like, he goes, wait, my car or the Suburban? I'm like, your car. He goes, okay. So he comes downstairs, goes out and looks at it with me, and just starts laughing, and then just goes back inside. Morning, I'm gonna catch you up to date. This morning, Barrett comes out of his room and, like, literally just collapses. Not like dramatic collapses, but he, like, lays down on the floor and says, Mama, I'm so tired and so weak I can't move. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I lift him up and I carry him into the movie room and lay him on the couch and give him a bottle of water and try to give him some fluids. Within seconds of me giving, maybe not seconds, maybe within like 10 minutes of me giving him that water, he threw literally all of that water back up. Like, it was an entire sick bowl filled with nothing but water. You couldn't see any color. So I freak out and call Tony home he took Barrett to the hospital to get IV. We thought he was gonna have to get IVs. They ended up doing everything naturally and trying to get him, like, they gave him some Zofran and other things to try to make sure, and Pedialyte to try to, like, rehydrate him without giving him IVs. So that worked. You saw him at lunchtime eating, but it was scary. Like, I had never seen him so sick in my life. Anyways, I'm picking the boys up now, so I'll check back in with you in a few minutes when we're home. So I just came up to UPS because the UPS store is pissing me off so bad. I have said, like, 15 times. I've sent in a little, like, card thing that says anytime we're not available to leave our package behind. I've called. Like, they've done this 3 times now. 15 times is an exaggeration. It's been 3. But anyways, I lost the title to our Suburban, and the plates are currently expired. Well, I can't do anything unless I have the title to it. So, couldn't find it. So I called Sugar, the dealership we bought it from, and they had to send me a thing out to file for an affidavit that we lost the title. So I sent that out to them, and I just got the title back. Actually, it came in yesterday, but UPS. Actually, someone was home the entire day yesterday. No one ever left. The doorbell never rang, and no one heard anybody knock, and everyone was downstairs. So I'm like, cool. Anyways, so my plates are expired, and I really shouldn't be driving around, but the kids got in the car today after school and said it smelled bad in here. It smelled like throw up to them, which Gleason did throw up in the car once. But, like, he had a bag, so I don't know why it stinks in here. So I'm just gonna go clean it out real quick. Yeah. Yeah.
Did she point out how she's in this good of spirits after just throwing up?
Yeah. So I told you guys earlier that the only one that hasn't been sick is Lainey, and I walk in the door. Thankfully, I didn't go get the car wash like I told you I wanted to do. But I walk in the door, and she's sitting on Tony's lap with a sick bucket, and she started throwing up. within minutes, she was up running around talking about how she wanted, like, everything under the sun, just running around, just joking. Then she throws up again on my lap in her sick bowl, gets it out of the way, and then says she wants macaroni. You're crazy. This is, by the way, this is my dress from when I was little, and she keeps finding all my old dresses, and she wants to wear them. Are you still looking for a pencil, son? You're gonna throw up?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's like the next morning. It's 6:30 the next morning, and I just woke up. Last night after we fed the kids dinner, I got like this pounding headache and just wanted to just lay down. We watched TV for like maybe 30 minutes, and then it was fun and all, but I need to go to bed. And Tony had a headache, and yeah, so since Lainey started throwing up yesterday before I got home, I had Tony or I didn't have him. He just volunteered to go ahead and sleep on the couch so that I could be with Lainey all night and he wouldn't have to worry about, like, if he got thrown up on. Fortunately though, she didn't ever throw up, like, once we got to bed. So, yeah, that was... Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you enjoy this content on my channel, if you enjoy vlogs and stuff for my family, please let me know by subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I will see you in the next one. I think today, headache and no headache, I need to film a cleaning video because I didn't even clean up last night after dinner. I felt so terrible. So I'm going to film that today, I think. So if you're interested in that kind of content too, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will have that up on my channel probably tomorrow. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.